It is a gorgeous, gorgeous day out here. I'm stuck in the middle of the field. I am like, I don't know, 180 miles away from home. Look at this. Look at this beautiful day. Look, the sun is just setting. Isn't that amazing? I've got something that you old timers are gonna love. It's another car that hasn't been ran or driven in quite a while. Here it is. And I know kind of what the older generation is gonna say about this car, but these cars are becoming classics now, which is weird. This is a 80s, late 80s, 88, 87 something, Acura Integra. It's been sitting here for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. It doesn't run, and looks like they're getting a delivery. But yeah, so I had somebody give me a ride 150 miles down here. I'm south of where I live. And they dropped me off, and I said I'm gonna get this thing running and drive it home. It's not a VTEC, it's pre-VTEC. Cool little car, and I have to give him the fin for some reason because this dude's weird. I have to do this all by myself. And so the story is, they were driving it one day a couple years ago. They heard a big clunk in the back here somewhere, and it just quit running. So I'm thinking maybe a fuel pump or something. They had it towed here. They put it in this field, and it's been sitting ever since. You can see the weeds growing up. So, it's only been here a couple years, so this shouldn't be too big of a deal. But, yeah, these cars are becoming classics now. There's a generation of people that this was their high school car. This could have been grandma's car that she bought. This could have been dad's car that he bought, in his 40s or something, wanted something to drive back and forth to work. This came out in, 88, 87, something like that. I don't know what year. It's one of the very first years. And, oh, wait, it does say Acura. Let's take a look around. You gotta love this is, the body styles were coming out, going right into the 90s, right before everything changed and became another generation of stuff. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this car. I think this car is gonna be a daily driver for me. I might get rid of that silver Honda, don't know. Let's take a look around. All right, so what do we have here? We have a non-VTEC Honda dual overhead cam. At some point I looked it up and I figured out what motor this is, but I forgot. Everything looks really stock. They said that they wanted to take it and turn it into like a rally car, but it looks like they have done zero work on it. They didn't even do suspension work, so I think this thing is just bone stock. It's got a newer radiator on it, so it's probably been a little abused, but I'll get it running and driving and probably shine it up at some point. It's got really cheap hubcaps all the way around, which I love. Those are gonna go away. Look at this little design element. Also, if you notice, the sun is going down, so of course, I start this at late night 0:30. I don't know if I'm going to drive it home tonight or if I'm going to sleep in the car and drive it home in the daylight, although at night there's less cars on the road. Let's take a look at the inside. So we got a typical 80s Honda interior, nothing different, nothing special. They're trying to make it look all 80s spaceshipy. Oh wait, it does have a radio. It's got fire missiles at people, apparently. It's got paperwork, more paperwork. Looks like the carpet's been pulled back. The windows aren't foggy, so there's no leaks, which is cool. It's got them 3 pedals there. It is a 5-speed. Look at that, fuses, more carpet pulled away. Probably for when they were doing the amplifier and the stereo stuff. Maybe I'll put an amplifier in it, I don't know. Fancy tilt. Look at this, pull this. You pull that out and the steering wheel goes up and down. I guess it is a Acura, so it's not a first year. Oh, the key's in it. Look at that. I've always loved these push button heater controls. I've always just been a fan of those. Of course, it's got ugly seats because all Hondas have ugly seats. And I already spilled a beer in it, so this is definitely my car now. For some reason, the back seat and all the stuff in the trunk was taken out. Don't know why. I don't need them. I have no purpose for a back seat. But, oh, it comes with spray paint. Ooh, I'm gonna do some detailing. Fancy seatbelt thingy. These cars are so simple, yet they have this, just this very, I don't know if you'd call it elegant, but just simple, and they're clean. They're just clean cars. They're not meant to be flashy. They're just supposed to be, good everyday cars. And then the Honda is like, let's get sporty. And I'm about it. I like Hondas. I'm a fan of Hondas. I know some of you older people, you don't care about cars like this, but they are fun projects. They are fun to drive. They're going up in value. These things are getting rarer every day. Crappy teenagers find them, turn them into rally cars and wreck them all up. Hatchback, it's missing everything in the back. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this stuff. Maybe I'll find an interior, maybe not. Switch everything over to black. That'd be cool. Because I'm kind of not a fan of the blue or whatever color this is. It's got ancient parking stickers on it. It says it's an RS, so that's even cooler. Body damage back here and right there, but parts for these are all over the place right now. Like if you want to get a good, clean, sporty, economical, you can drive to work everyday car, these are great for that. These, you know, all the 90s up to the late 90s Hondas, they're all great, economic. They can be turned into a little sports car. Not like, you know, pavement pounding stuff, but good daily driver stuff. And apparently this guy thinks that these fins are worth like a lot of money. Well, they are, like $500. But he said I can have the car, but he gets to keep this. Weirdo. So I'm gonna have to find one of those at some point. This thing's gonna clean up good. Let's see what we can do to it. So one thing I do like about these late 80s, early 90s cars is they are simple. You know, the people that are into the old cars, this is basically the same stuff. It's just got the only electronics is it does have a computer. It's got the electronic fuel injection, but the electronics are not complicated at all. These are simple to work on. If you can work on a 78 Ford, you can work on one of these, trust me. So I've checked the oil, that's good. Checked that, that's good. It's got spark plugs in it. I need to test the spark. So I think first thing we're gonna do is battery. We'll get it turning over, see if we get spark. I think this is gonna be easy. Maybe, maybe not. He said something about a banjo bolt for the fuel system, but I'm just gonna hack stuff together because I can fix it later. I just need to get it home. Another cool thing about working on these cars is they rarely have rust, yet. So the battery box looks good. It's a little corroded, but I mean, oh, yeah, it smells like battery acid. Looks like it's missing accessory. I mean, it's pretty dang clean. It's got cobwebs, but that's about it, man. This thing's in good shape. It's got a seat belt for the battery. There's a frayed wire right there, which, ooh, that's been arcing on something. I'll fix that at some point if I can remember later. Or it'll arc out one day and I'll be stuck on the side of the road. This looks a little hacked into. Why did I start this at Darko 30? I do confusing things sometimes. All right, so I'm going to show everybody how to make sure that you are being safe when installing your battery. You take the red one, put it on the positive, just stick it right in there. Take the black one, just, okay, you're safe. No sparks, nothing blew up. Let's move on to the next step. So that battery is completely dead. I mean, imagine that's been sitting in my shed for like 4 months. Who knew? Anyway, that's dead. So luckily, the people that are giving this to me do have a car that they're letting me borrow to get this thing running. You know, that's the only help I'm getting. So let's get that thing charging up with the other vehicle. Okay, so these people literally just gave me the spare car that they have, and they're like, yeah, you can use that for going and getting parts and using it for whatever you need to get that piece of thing off of my property. Yeah, now I got to find jumper cables in it. So let's go searching through somebody else's car. And let's see, first thing is we have socks. We have a tent. Apparently they were going camping. We have an extra large blanket that was never opened. Oh wait, that's not a blanket. Those are fuzzy pants. If I get cold out here, I know how I'm gonna survive. Ooh, these look soft. I got some real fancy oil. That might end up in the Honda. We have, oh, this is definitely 16 chocolate liqueurs. This is definitely gonna end up in my car. So I'm gonna guess that. How does this thing work? Push. How does this open? Oh, there we go. We have tire chains. We have something really soft in a bag. It's a kite. We have a doggy toy. There is no jumper cables down there. There's a big, well, a little jack. I think this is a life jacket in case I have to go to the bathroom. There are no jumper cables in here. There's an air fryer. Okay, so I'm gonna go procure some jumper cables. All right, so new problem has arisen. Went back to the house, told them I couldn't find any jumper cables in the car that they're letting me borrow. And they're like, well, we don't have any, figure it out. So somehow I could just take this battery out. Yeah, maybe I'll just take this battery out. Also, by the way, this car, it's a Honda, because they like Hondas, is covered in mud. Yeah, I mean, it's a 4x4 pilot thingy, and apparently they use it for floor buying. I bet this thing's fun. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna pop that out, put it in there, switch them real quick. Everything's gonna be great. Everything is gonna be great. I'll charge the other battery in here real quick. Got the little tiny battery. Oh, I just shocked myself. Got the little tiny battery in the big, huge truck. Fits perfect. I'm not gonna change a thing. Got the big, huge truck battery in the little tiny car, and it is massive. These are so tiny. Look at these things. These are cool. Okay, so we got power. See what happens when we turn the key. Oh, gotta make sure it's in neutral. Feels like it shifts. Feels like it's a little, there's something sloppy. It's bent, probably a bent link, I'm guessing. Maybe they were shifting way too hard, but yeah, it's sloppy. Sloppy is, anyway. Awesome. So, I mean, you know, I did connect these very professionally. So, I didn't even tighten it down. And there's like loose. That should be good, right? All right, take two. Are you ready? So it turns over. It already sounds like it's trying to start. So now we got to figure out spark and fuel. Remember, everyone, that these are the same basic things as all those old things that I do. All the same basic steps. The only difference is this has an ECU that controls the spark and the timing. I mean, it's got electric ignition, electric fuel. That's it. Other than that, it's just a 78 Ford, which also has electronic spark, which drives me crazy. Hondas have the deepest holes, I swear. That's not a bad thing, they just got deep holes. So you gotta make sure you bring the right tool for the deep hole. The spark plug don't look too bad at all. It's a little dark. So let's see, what can we, we'll just do it right off the distributor, right there. I think that's aluminum though. Off of one of these? Nah. Yeah, let's see if it sparks off of this right here. So watch that right there. Let's see if we got some spark. All right, so we got spark. So the next thing we got to do is check fuel. So there is the throttle body. That's part of the throttle body. Then there's a fuel rail right under this hose right here with injectors that go in. Right here, it's not real clear, is the fuel filter. Touching it right there with the banjo bolts. So I just got to figure out, I could pop that off, see if fuel comes out. And also, I don't know if I'm going to put a fuel filter in this or just throw this thing on, because that fuel injection requires like what, 60 something pounds, and this puts out 40 something. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm going to make it home. So it looks like I decided to check under the car to make sure everything was hooked up, because I was getting nothing but air coming out of the fuel lines. And yeah, they didn't tell me that they took this piece out. So whatever this is gonna be simple, man. I'm just gonna go buy one, put it in. I'm sure this thing's gonna be running in no time. But I hope I have some bungee cords or something. This is gonna be a lot easier than I thought. There's some creature out there making noise. Oh look, there's an airplane. Really low. Anyway, there's some creature out here making noise, and it's I miss the city. I'm not much of a country boy. Anyway, so, you know, I guess this is a lesson in, I was getting ready to hack in this electric fuel pump into the banjos and everything, and just like eliminate the fuel filter, and then just, you know, cord these things up and run it that way. And I didn't realize that the fuel pump was not in the car. But I guess this is one of those lessons where, you know, maybe check the simple things first. Sometimes you make it too hard, but I don't know, I'm not even drunk yet. What kind of nest is that? What is that? Oh, what is it? Oh, I don't want it. Okay. All right, so I got the new fuel pump. Even got a new fuel filter. It's easy. This line, that's the in from the gas tank. Goes through here, pushes us out this hole into this banjo bolt somehow. I'm not sure how it works. This thing has a hole on the end. The owner did say something about the banjo bolt is missing, and I didn't get one at the store, so I'm not sure what needs to happen with this, but I'll figure it out. This line does go up here and unplugs right there, so I could just temporarily take this off, put in some of that non-high pressure line, just clamp it on. That'll work if I have to, only temporarily. That's not going to be a permanent solution, you know, by any means. Oh yeah, then I have to figure out which wire goes where. Oh, I guess this side's positive and this side is negative, so then I got to figure out which one of these is which. I'm gonna it's Yeah, okay. Well, it's daytime. Look how beautiful this place is. Anyway, I spent some time like really thinking about what I need to do. So there's the fuel pump hanging down. And the problem I was having is this is the part off of this car. And so the fuel pump's supposed to go in here, and there's supposed to be a bolt and some kind of like thing that goes on the end, which is missing. And the current owner of the car couldn't find it anywhere, doesn't know where it's at, doesn't know. The car's been sitting for years. They threw away some parts to it already. So I was thinking of just taking the end, cutting the rubber part, and installing it that way, and just put, a clamp on it to do it that way. But this piece is hard to find and really expensive. The bolt that goes in here, it's not necessarily a banjo bolt. It's this weird little cap thing. Anyway, it's also really hard to find, but it's a lot cheaper than the whole unit. This thing is almost $100 piece. So what I decided to do was wait till the morning, which it's daytime now, it's actually afternoon. Wait till the morning. They said I could spend the night. They also have a cute sister that I didn't mind hanging out with at all. Go to the local junkyard, get a piece that'll fit. So this is off of another Acura, a year or two newer, same size end. And so I am just going to, and this was already cut, so this piece was already messed up by them because they remove all the gas tanks. So I'm just going to put this rubber end on that hose, hook this up to the hard line right here. I might have to bend the line a little bit to go around this way, and we'll be good to go. Wire this thing up and see if it'll start. All right, let's get to it. Well, I have everything hooked up to test. Since I'm making this kind of janky, I left all the wires on it and stuff, and I'm just testing it, and it will be hooked up a little better on the way home, but not by much. Yeah, I'm gonna cycle the key a bunch and see if I can get gas to get into the engine bay. And it does work. When I turn the key, it turns on for a second and then works, and then shuts off again, which is what they're supposed to do. So now I'll just go cycle the keys a bunch. We'll see what happens. And there is a slight possibility that the fuel pump is wired backwards. So I'm just gonna cycle. Is it that the one? Yeah, that's one. I'm just gonna cycle the key a bunch, see if we can get some gas out of there, and if we can, then it's fixed. If not, then I'm gonna try wiring it the other way. All right, something's telling me I have it wired up wrong, so I'm gonna wire the wires to the other side, see what happens. I guess we should also put some gas in it. So now we're doing that. God, I hate gas cans like this. Did you stop? Why did you stop? What are you doing? Okay, there we go. If you knew how many times I've done this in this hobby, because I decided to do everything difficult, This and jumping batteries is like half my life. This is when I really contemplate all the things that, yeah. I wonder how my cat's doing. Alright, so I don't know if this will be helpful to anybody, but there was just not any fuel coming through. So I undid the line, went back there, undid that one, blew air into the gas tank. And there must have been something in there, because as soon as I did that, stuff just started coming out. The pump's pouring shit out all over the ground. Went all over my face. It was fun. So now I'm just going to hook the lines back up, test it to make sure it gets to the engine. If it does that, I'll start it, and then we'll wrap everything up. And I got to get driving, because I've been dinking around too much, and the cute sister keeps talking to me. Anyway, yeah, I'll get it started. Okay, so I did a very amateur mistake, and did not realize that the barrel to the original gas line to this car is much shorter than that barrel. So the fuel line from the car to here will not seal, so that just squirts gas out. So I have to use the old line. So it looks like I do have to cut this rare piece. I'll just buy another one later. Anyway, so now I'm gonna do that. I'll cut this, attach it all janky like that. Those are Ideal brand clamps making not an ideal connection. Anyway. Okay, so we got the fuel filter right there. I've got everything connected, and we got to prime it. See it bubbling right there? So we got to do key on and off a whole bunch. Try to get that flowing. Oh, that looks like it's flowing really good, actually. So got to put that. That's just a little bleeder cap on top of the fuel filter that I have opened up and placed in a position where I can see it from the cab. So I'm just going to tighten that up. Where'd my wrench go? Tighten that up, and then, God, hopefully it'll just start right up. That'd be nice. I'm getting cold, and this one will work. These are good, way better than vice grips, because, well, you know, I can't say vice grips are cool. Anyway, can tighten this up. All right, let's see if that leaks anymore. Seems to prime all right. I don't see any major leakage or bubbles. Oh. Oh. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, it's so close. It sounds like it's not, like the timing's off. Timing's off or something's not firing right. All right, got the cap off. As I pulled it off, I heard something drop. All those bolts are still here to the cap. Could we have a broken rotor? I think we have a rotor that came off, so I bet you anything it's the screw that holds the rotor to the post that came out, and that's why we were having timing issues. So now I get to play Plinko and find the screw. And also knowing that that's a problem. Once I get it fixed, this thing's probably gonna run better than it did before, because they said it ran kind of crappy. So all I gotta do is find screw. Hello, shiny screw. Are you shiny? I hope you're not black. Green. Where'd you go? Oh, this is gonna take a long. What's that? That's a water drop. What's that? That is a rock. This is just. All right, so I did the correct thing. Put the car in gear and hit the starter till it moved forward far enough, and now I'm hoping to find the screw. If not, I'm gonna have to improvise, and y'all know how I improvise. Or it's still stuck, like sitting on top of the starter or something, or in a crack, or who knows. What's that? I think this is some kind of tiny snake skin. All right, so we got I got a helper now. The cute sister came out to see how I was doing, so I'm gonna have her turn the key. Anyway, I have the distributor fixed, so go ahead and give it a try. There we go. How many years did this thing sit? All right, well, it's been idling for, I don't know, 5-7 minutes. And it runs fine. It was blowing some stinky stuff out the tailpipe. But I think it's good to go. So, it's been 2 days. It's never taken me 2 days to drive a car out of the field. This is a first. Anyway, look at that. Just time and what's the other word? Perseverance. That's it. All right, so I'm gonna go for the first drive. I haven't fixed that stuff up yet, but it's overheating a little bit, and I actually want to get it over to closer to the house thing so I can get some water in it. Let it cool off, then I'll finish the thing. And somehow it got foggy in here, but here we go. First drive in 2 years or so. I killed it. There we go. It's got a grabby, grippy clutch, man. I killed it again. I promise I know how to drive this stick. They also have an air compressor over here that I can fill the tires up. Surprisingly, only one of them's flat, so look at that. Hondas never die. I mean, for real, if you're looking for a nice little car, just drive around. It's cheap, easy to fix, runs. Like, how many miles does this have? 292,000 miles and still runs this good? This is incredible. These are incredible, incredible cars. Look at the flippy headlights. Oh. Look at that. There are wild turkeys in the middle of the road. Big birds, man. All right, fellas. Have a good time, everybody. Okay, so this is, well, honestly, this is the morning after. And, well, you know, that cute sister was like, hey, you want to spend one more night? It's getting late. It's cold. You know, you don't want to break down on the highway when it's dark. And I was like, okay, sure. Why not? So, I killed it. This clutch is really, really, really grippy. And the shifter's kind of sloppy. Like, I mean, it just flops around. That's in gear. So finding gears is not the best. So that'll have to be fixed. But yeah, it drives fine. I went and got gas in it this morning. It takes gas just fine. It's not leaking. The janky fix worked. I will, of course, you know, fix that completely afterwards. But I got 150 miles to get home. And let's hope it makes it. Let's hope it doesn't overheat. It was overheating a little last night. I had to put a whole bunch of water in it. And I don't know, it's a good little car. It feels good on the road. It's nice, it steers tight. It's got 300,000 miles, by the way. And I have no reservations about driving this thing around because Hondas can literally last forever. Driving through the country, I don't know if you can see this. There's a red and white, like 60s Ford F something right there. Ooh. Just sitting. Look at all the sheep. Sheep. If you can see all those white things way out there, are like swans or something, because there's a swan farm here. All those little white dots. There's one real close. See it? Oh no, that's a milk jug. Watch these headlights. Ooh. And down. And up. And down. And up. Oh, I love them. And down. Oh, out in that field are all a bunch of little baby sheepies and adult sheepies. And then right here in this tree is two great big old bald eagles. See them right there. Look at them. Oh, the camera gets shaky. Anyway, they're big. Big old things. Anyway. Well, these things kind of suck. Might need to fix those. It just kind of smears it. Yeah, this is safe. Well, I'm about half the way home. I needed to stop and wanted to check the vitals again real quick. And I put 20 bucks in this thing, and that is going to get me the whole 150 or 160, however many miles it is on the way home. Because, I mean, it's got great gas mileage. But, I mean, look at where I stopped to check vitals. This place is odd. This stuff is so fun to do. Oh yeah, look over here. There's an eagle. There's also somebody else over there. I'm not going to go over there. Anyway, there we go. There's a beauty shot right there. Oh yeah. All right, I had to stop and get some windshield wipers. God, I can see so much better, but now it's just pouring. Anyway, I'm almost home. I think I'm gonna make one more stop at my mama's house and straight home from there. Also, the car's doing fine. This is, oh, there's a police officer. Just put the phone down just like this, just lower it down. And back up. Yeah, anyway, the car's doing fine. That was a steady too. I'm gonna slow down and just pull over into this little slow lane, and yeah, everything's fine, right? Yes. Okay, we're good now. Sometimes you gotta stop and smell the roses. And this is a little car lot, not too far away from where I live. This guy just sells old stuff, and stop here every once in a while. It's always got really cool stuff. Mercury Monterey 4-door. Looks like a 61. What is that? Friggin' Cadillac. Old Monte Carlo. Old station wagon. Look at all the stuff he's got back there. And this guy, he's got cool stuff, man. I bet you this thing runs. Look at those fins. Look at that back end. We're in the big little city now. I am almost home. Oh, it's gonna feel so good. I haven't seen my cat in a while. And yeah, I'm sure she is pretty hungry by now. Well, here we are, the moment I get to find out if I still own things. And, ooh, I see my truck. See my house. See my silver Honda. I see my 59 Impala fenders. There we go. I am home. There's my rose bush. Where's my cat? Anyway, this thing did amazing. And you know, if y'all like these videos, you know, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I need to be doing some work to this. I need to be doing some work to my truck. And if anybody wants to donate to the betterment of this channel, I do have a PayPal link down in the description. You know, a buck, $5, whatever. Go ahead. And I will keep doing all this for y'all, as well as for myself, because I enjoy the crap out of this. But let's see how weird this looks. I don't think this isn't necessarily. I'm not running a theme here. I guess I am. I got Honda, Acura, and an old truck. I mean, I guess the truck doesn't match, but anyway, drop me a line. Follow my Instagram. I keep looking for new content. I'm trying to upload a lot more than I used to. And anyway, let me know what y'all think of this. If you want to see more of this one, I'll give you more. If you want to see less, I'll give you less. You know, thank you everybody for following. And you guys have made this an amazing journey. I've had over 1 million views all together throughout all my videos, and it's been, wow, thank you. Have a good rest of y'all days. Who's got stinky breath? Who's got stinky breath, huh? Do you have stinky breath? What did you eat? What did you eat, huh? Did you eat stinky stuff and now you have stinky breath? No, come here. Show us where the stinky breath is. Is that the stinky? Look, right there's where the stinky breath comes from. Right in there. See that? That is stinky in there. That is stinky breath. Stinky breath. You have stinky breath. You need to brush your teeth.
No. Now your finger's gonna smell.